Hi there everyone, it's Haru again, Resident Ninja Main, here to bring you my analysis of the ninja skill reveal in the recent Shadowbringers job showcase. With Shadowbringers right around the corner, I wanted to delay my in-depth ninja analysis until the release, but with all the new information that's been presented to us lately, I wanted to make a video breaking apart all the things we've seen and what we can likely expect from ninja in the near future. Just as a quick disclaimer before we get started, the information presented in this video is a combination of my own speculation as well as alleged leaks and data mining. The expansion is yet to come out, so I cannot 100% guarantee the integrity of all the information. That all out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Ninja Job Showcase. There are actually quite a few things that we can learn by simply paying attention to the animations and gauges in this reveal video. For instance, here we can see that Tenchi-Jin no longer requires any Ninki to use. Here we can see the player gaining 40 Ninki. Judging from the animation, this is likely consuming the Suiton buff. The player uses Kusatsu twice, this likely means that it's now a charge action, as well as a new ninjutsu that is immediately followed by Shikuchi. There is a follow-up action to Death Blossom that grants 10 seconds of Huton Cage, as well as Ninki. Then of course there's this incredible looking ability that appears to double your GCDs for 5 GCDs at the cost of 80 Ninki. It's unclear whether this copies your off globals or not simply because it falls off before the final Baba Kakura. There's actually even more very important information that we can glean off of this video. If you notice, Ninki generates whenever your GCD lands rather than your auto attacks. This is a huge change for Ninja as it makes your rotation much more predictable and less reliant on perfect uptime. Ninki seems to generate at a rate of 8 per GCD, while the new clone ability doubles the rate. Furthermore, we can also see that Shadow Fang is now a 2-step combo that comes straight off of Spinning Edge. This is also a huge change for Ninja, as it gives you barely enough time to achieve a 3rd Aeolian Edge before refreshing Shadow Fang, and of course more wiggle room for using Armor Crush. That's all assuming of course that Shadow Fang is still a 21-second duration. Also, I'd like to address the Shikuchi that happens immediately after the new ninjutsu. This happens so fast that I originally thought it was simply a gap closing aspect of the new ninjutsu. This has huge implications in my eyes, as to me it means that ninjas spend less time animation locked after ninjutsu. In this video, Shikuchi finishes before the animation for the ninjutsu even finishes. If this is indeed a latency reduction of some sort, it could open up ninja to those that have been ping locked out of the class, which is incredibly exciting. Finally, we can see from the kanji that flashes on screen when casting the new ninjutsu that the mudras required are Chi into Jin, which means that it will be replacing Kyoton. So let's go ahead and recap all the things that we've learned simply from speculation, as this is likely the most accurate information, before we move on to leaks and data mining. So far we've learned that Tenchi-Jin no longer requires Ninki. There is a new ability that generates 40 Ninki, most likely from consuming Suiton. Kusatsu is a charge action with at least 2 charges. There's a new damaging ninjutsu that uses Hyoton's Mudra combination. There is an AoE ability that is a follow-up to Death Blossom that generates Ninki and Huton Gauge. There is an ability that doubles your GCDs for 5 GCDs. Ninki generates from GCDs, including AoE GCDs. Shadow Fang is now a 2-step combo from a 3-step combo, and ninjutsu may have less animation lock. That's a ton of information simply from observing the video, but there's even more information available for those dedicated to finding it. Again, please bear in mind that since I myself am not the source of these leaks or data mining, I cannot guarantee its integrity. But let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, Trick Attack. Due to the nature of the reveal video and how it doesn't showcase Trick Attack, a lot of people are thinking that Trick Attack has been removed from the game. However, after doing some digging I was able to find the following resources. First, an image of the complete level 80 ninja skill list. I also found this data mine spreadsheet that shows which actions no longer have an ID assigned to them. And finally, some images of tooltips associated with a few ninja skills. As you can see, if these resources are to be trusted, Trick Attack is alive and well. But let's go ahead and look at these one by one and see what else has changed. First, let's look at the tooltips, as I'm sure some of you are thinking that the Trick Attack tooltip I showed on screen is merely the one already present in the game. And you're almost right. The only difference here is that Trick Attack has gone from 400 potency to 500 potency. This may imply that Ninja is getting some potency increases in general, though that's some heavy speculation. Also, considering that it was mentioned in the live letter that damage calculations are changing, this may not be a huge buff, if even a buff at all, anyway. Next we have a look at the new ninjutsu, Hyosho Ranryu. As we can see, the Mudra combination is indeed Chi into Jin, and it can only be executed under the effects of Kasatsu. At a whopping 550 potency, getting this ninjutsu instead of Trick, as well as the double GCD ability, will probably be paramount to maximizing your damage. Also, it's worth noting that the Mudra combination of Chi into Jin is mentioned, but Hyotan has an alternative Mudra combination of Ten into Jin, which may imply that Hyotan is still in the game, but more on that when we get to the removed skills list. Finally, we move on to Meisui, the 40 Ninki generating ability that consumes Suiton. This is going to add an interesting element to Ninja, as the Suiton buff is required to use Trick Attack. I can see a lot of moment-to-moment decision making of trying to utilize this as much as possible without drifting your Trick Attack timings. Seeing more elements of ninjutsu and Ninki manipulation makes me happy as a ninja main, as it adds a lot more depth to the class. Let's go ahead and look at the skill list and remove skills together, since they both present the same information. Here we can see that Jugulate, Smokescreen, Shadewalker, and Duality have all been removed, and that Hyotan does indeed still exist. Smokescreen and Shadewalker are a given due to the Yenmity reworks, and Duality has likely been replaced with Bunshin, the level 80 ability, which is probably the cloning technique we saw in the demonstration. The removal of Jugulate is great, since it merely became a bloat skill once the mechanic of switching poisons was removed in Stormblood. We can also see Hake Mujinsatsu here, which is likely the follow-up skill to Death Blossom I mentioned earlier in the video. That about wraps it up. All in all, I'm excited for the upcoming ninja changes. I already have a few ideas for rotation, and I'll share those at a later date. For now, I hope you all found something useful or exciting in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in Shadowbringers.